I think I'm recording. I do believe I am. Let me take a look. Yes, I'm recording. Oh. So, my day was rather busy, eh? Restoring an old fellow from 1944 that's fungicide, meaning it's a Navy receiver. That's done. That's put away. Works good. And just did the gyro compass fitting together. That was fun too. So did that, and what else? There's a few other things too. Today. Oops, a little whiter showing, is it? Well, look at that. Can't wear. How ducky is it, eh? Ha ha. So I covered some things yesterday for the hell of it. Why not? Number one. Might as well. Nobody else is going to, right? Right. Ooh. So what should I chat today about? Well, the topic is UAP. How sweet. Or UFOs. How sweet. Or aliens. Self-delusion is one of the greatest traits of mankind. They brought in religion and many other religions. It's amazing how people can get brainwashed by somebody with a big mouth. Alpha male. So anyway, moving right along real fast, of course. So what are the info I got today? Was it Congress, is it, going to talk about UAPs and UFOs? Well, isn't that cute? It's nothing new. I mean, good Lord. Of course, Dr. Stephen would be quite impressed, I'm sure. A bunch of bullshit. Yes, it could be. But all this stuff was disclosed a long time ago. I mean, it was disclosed to me through CIA folks. Guaranteed a stack that thick. Anyway, I still have some of them. And contractors for national laboratories and business people involved with, let's just say, Lockheed Martin and many others talk about these things, write about these things. So, self-delusion, huh? Some people think they're from outer space. They'll love it. It reminds me of Riverview or Essondale. You know, people thought they were Jesus or this person or that or an alien or space person. Which they weren't really. It's self-delusion, right? It's quite interesting psychological effects. So they had to be tranquilizers or shock treatment or whatever. But some of them got cured. Oh, well, poor folks. I'm self-delusional too. I believe in what I'm doing and enjoy what I'm doing. Maybe I should be doing something else, like driving a car or have kids. Ooh, that sounds pretty damn boring, if you ask me. Have kids? I don't know. Well, I could go gallivanting around the streets dressed like this with a miniskirt. Hi, handsome. That'd be kind of funny, actually. Well, I've done that anyway. Get a good laugh out of it. As Carla P. Kadesha Rothschild, which you'll see in the new TV series Star Trek. Parts of it have already been uploaded to the internet. I'm not kidding. So Jane, with Captain Jane Say, of course, and others. Yeah, with others. Oh, these humans, including myself, are so funny, it's unbelievable. So, Unfortunately, I'm sad to say, and I really miss my friends that I was with over the years who passed away. I mean, I only got a few left, and I respect them and highly respect what they're doing all the time. Other than that, it's a new generation of hobbits, but I don't know them yet. I really don't. A pioneer in all this is Timmy Ventura of American Anti Gravity, who's really been on top of many things for many years. He has my highest respect for what he does too, and he's doing a good job. So, anyway, I wonder what happened to Doctor Ludwig. Hmm. Other than that, I really recommend you study something on cosmology. Let's say 200 years, when humans, from the beginning of 200 years, were pretty damn stupid, right? Right. They didn't have cars, they didn't have anything really. They had muskets, that kind of stuff. They're really dumbass stupid. There were some bright sparks that created the dawn of the new age, and they were around. They're great, bright sparks. And going back, of course, further, going ahead. Wow, Jesus. In cosmological timescales, it's so tiny, it's like a particle. Okay? Then the discovery of radio and the atom and gasoline and hundreds of other things. On that note, 200 years, in hyperspatial traveling or instantaneous traveling, substitution of position, remember substitution of positions through hyper type drives, manipulation systems, because what you think is really far out now is really far out when you really know what's going on. From another race, let's say, that has discovered hyperdrive or hyper transportation. They would have to manipulate a lot of things that create their device to get from over there to here. So encompassing all that, metallurgical sciences, electronics, hyperdrives, they'd be so intelligent that they'd be looking at us as like, wow, can they be dangerous? Are they going to get into going out in space? What are we going to do with them? Because they like destroying everything on their own planet and killing each other all the time and destroying their own home world. They're just really a weird bunch. What else is showing? Oh, nothing else. No, I don't think so. Oh, wait, that's just my chit chat of the day. Hi, well, anyway, so who's actually looking at these videos? Probably nobody. But that is okay, and Barbara. So I haven't really heard from Alexander Shereshevsky or another person who I thought is a friend. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It's filtering out people that are tell you strange stories of which aren't true. Kind of like film producers. No, I know a lot of film producers. They came through and a bunch of the other ones did not. They wasted my time. But all of this is getting kind of boring, isn't it? Your little kumquat me. I'd rather be doing Carla stuff. Get dressed up to the nines and just flaunt it like on Star Trek, the new series. Oh, so, me talking again, huh? But a lot of young generation folks I have as friends as well. Some as young as 20 now, that is, and some in their teens. So I'm not going to name names. That's not what I should be doing. All over the planet, and I have many pictures and stuff to show and tell someday of that adventures. So, how my videos, my ridiculous videos, I've been posting links to things as well as photos to things which may help some hobbits out there. If you go to Defense Technical Information Center, you'll find some good stuff on ball lightning, as well as others. That was a program I was on for a few decades. It was all paper though, not internet stuff. So it gave a broad spectrum of different things and examples of what that could mean. So the anti-gravity I know of is Los Alamos anti-hydrogen production and metallic hydrogen production and antimatter. It all exhibit everything anti, which confirms the DESY documents, which I found later. Anyway, it's all that cool, interesting stuff. And sure, you could do stuff on a small scale. I've done it. As evident in my photos I took of the effects of some plasma stuff I'm doing, and that's on video as well, by the way. So I work with plasma, pulse magnetic fields, alternating current or direct current type situations with magnetic fields, electrostatic combinations with everything you think of, corona rings and magnetic fields, which pinches it, directs it. What else? I've done all kinds of anatomic. I call it atomic. It's kind of cool. With uranium. And some reports on that too. And Dr. Harold Wilson knew exactly what I was doing. Whether that's in the report, I don't know. I have a trick report from the Canadian government, yes. Written by Colonel Timothy Deere, Colonel Larson, Dr. Lorne Kuhn, Dr. Wilson, Dr. Loken, and others. So, anyway, time for me to act silly. I'm just getting old talking about these UFOs. Okay! Hello! So, I did the chain and moaning thing. Oh, I wonder what they mean by that. Oh, what do they mean by this? Oh, harder. Oh, harder. Harder. What do they mean? Are they tempering something? Oh, don't do that. Harder. I know what it means, but do you? Probably not. Oh, I think I mentioned some of this in one of my ridiculous, useless videos the other day. Oh, yes, of course, I forgot to mention there was a priest sitting in the stairwell in Crease Clinic when I went down the stairs. Well, leave that to you to think about it. That was fascinating, really. Hmm. A lot happened at Happy Acres, by the way. And the priest was very, very excited, let's say, you know. Then there was the time a patient, a judge, I forget his name, hung himself on the weekend at Crease Clinic in Crease Clinic Library. He had key access, being a judge, you know, the staff gave him keys so he could use the library while he hung himself. I found the hanging judge not a pleasant thing to see and tried to break the door down at Crease Clinic and still see the marks, if its original door is still there, of a great big piece of pipe that used for ashtray holders. I ran in the door, nothing happened. The staff come running down with the keys, explain what's going on in there. They opened up the door, then later on I had to give a statement to the RCMP, and I did. I gave a few statements to the RCMP in Coquitlam, British Columbia, Canada. Another one was when Joe Sabao hung himself. He forgot to take his lithium carbonate. Heard them trying to hush the whole thing up, and I listened, acts, you know, invisible, like I like doing, and I just put it in my head and went to see Constable Brookbank. Explained all that to him. Then I seen staff members on C4 ward beat up patients and killed one of them. And I had to give a statement to the RCMP on what I observed. I mentioned it to Constable Brookbank. And there's other incidents, things I would just report it, you know, to the proper authorities. And Constable Brookbank had to put me under protective observation because, let's just say, the staff was really ticked off. They were really pissed off. They're trying to do me, and I, of course, acted stupid. And that's the time to really act stupid. Oh, what? What are you talking about? I didn't see anything. I don't. What? You know, that kind of stuff. So I did that. Then I got went out of that place to 5 West Hastings Street to Drexel Rooms, Skid Row, where I took my dad to take the radio equipment that I had in West Lawn and the long guns, some pistols. Held on to one pistol just to be on the safe side, and it's 5 West Hastings Street. So I take that with me to the bathroom because it was very rough in that place. People beat each other up. There's a murder in there. If you look up the history of the Drexel Rooms, if it exists, find a murder took place there a long time ago. Anyway, so moving along, I found a place in Lynn Valley, North Vancouver, 1458 East 29th Street. Lynn Valley, North Vancouver, where I set up everything, my gun collection, my electronic stuff, my other adventures. That was incredible. After 11 years, took a moving company a week. And that's when I came, upcoming adventures with the U.S. government people, and I did my stuff with them in George Hathaway, and I had fun there, and went off to 34, 3744 West Hastings. But anyway, Drexel Rooms. So I was wandering around with all these stories. And that's where I had a lot of fun at Drexel Rooms, because there's somebody there that liked my hangers. I mentioned this in another video. Oh, you are you, you know, he's a little old man. Sliding off the chair. You know, he's walking down the hall. You know, those funky old brick buildings, you know, with windows staring at another side of a building and bricks in depressing placement. It was fun. That's on the media too. The TV people filmed that. Me, not in the room, but somewhere else, getting welfare. Love to see that video again. It's really funny. I look pretty weird there too. So anyway, that's 1970. Yeah, 1970, kiddos. Life extension, a practical scientific approach. Right, right. So anyway, this gentleman, I forget his name. He liked my hangers. Oh, not nice hangers. Wow. Do you like some coffee? Sure. Something to nibble on? Yeah, sure. Well, next thing you know, it's a little tongue. He says, "Would you like, blah 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 over here?" Yeah. Oh wow. And there. Oh, whips and chains? No, not really. No, that's somebody else. That's Marianne Miller. But this gentleman really liked my hangers. Oh, oh, it did some of that stuff. Aren't I terrible? Smashing all your religious beliefs and rules and regulations. Very, very bad. Very, very bad, man. Very bad. Don't look at your videos this man make. No, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You can't do that. You can't do it. Constable Green again. Anyway. So I left that. About 1980. I met Billy Russ. Most of you don't even remember Billy Russ. Yinwood. Who else? Roland Brito, because Roland stayed with Billy and I for a month. No, actually for some months. Or was it a year? Wow. See, Billy Ross was a transgender, and we were good friends for a long time. Till I met Ian, and I went off to Europe to Roland with Roland and Dr. Peter Kukushnik. So you don't know this stuff, do you? No, you don't. But back to my adventures in Priest Clinic Staircase. Priest and other adventures I've had. West Lawn Building. Yeah, you had a lot of adventures in there, which I just mentioned, the other day too. Some staff members would feely. Oh, that feels so good. It does. Now, the other side of the coin is other humans would scream later on, "Oh, I was abused," and that kind of thing. Why they get panicked over that and say, "He abused me"? Well, gee, hope so. Hope you do. Come on. But others freak out for unknown reasons. Maybe something to do with religion or some other stupid thing. I don't know. It's just weird for me, from my point of view. It's very weird how people react to things. Yeah, so I don't tolerate violence and criminal activity at all, or drug pushers. No, thank you. I don't want to be anywhere near any of those kind of creepy people. That's abuse. But somebody inspecting your hangers is more like, oh, not. I'm so terrible, aren't I? Of course I am. That's just from your religious belief system. Oh well. The other person like that I can think of is Marianne Miller. Ah, yeah. Oh, I got videos of her. Maybe that's on the hard drive. I wonder. Because some of that stuff's really missing. It's on the mini cassettes. I went to the Peter von Puckhammer The Marianne effect, by the way, you ever heard of it? No, you haven't, because she did things with the machinery herself. You don't never heard of that before, have you? No, you haven't. So there's the Marianne effect. She did a lot of good stuff there, and I videotaped it. But unfortunately, I sent it to George Hathaway as well as Peter von Puckhammer, and they can't find the tapes. I mean, that's what they told me because I tried to request them because I'd be interested in sharing them, but no. They just say we don't know where they went to. We don't know what it is. Marianne Miller. Mm-hmm. I think we did some other things that shouldn't be on tape. Fun, huh? So yeah, I'm passionate, let's just say, huh? I don't think you would hear other YouTubers on their little funny little channel talk about this stuff. I don't care. It doesn't bother me any. Oh, what time that was. Oh, yeah. Then there was a crease clinic. Rec area. Rec room. OT, occupational therapy room. I knocked the door off because they had doors that would close and self-lock. I don't know if you know that, but they did. And some lady I was with and I were having fun, you know what I mean, Jelly? Unfortunately, the door closed on itself, and it's getting close to dinner time. We're getting hungry. Nobody's around. This is on the east side, I think. So I took a set of dumbbells and ran at the door, and the whole door flew off. The hinges fell down, exposing the bricks. That was hilarious. And we took off for dinner and said nothing. Well, that's one time. I mean, I had all my territories like a cat staked out so I could go there and have fun with somebody. The top part of West Lawn was my room. Nobody knew it. I could sneak up the stairs, you know, and unlock the door and go in and close the door gently. Nobody knew. Abandoned ward. So, if you know anything about West Lawn, the history review, I'd like to know what that ward was a long time ago. That particular staircase had a big metal cage in the center of it, and you might see pictures of it somewhere. It goes all the way up to 5 ward, down to A1. Massive, looks like a massive cage, bird cage, very ornate too. So you might be inspired to Google out West Lawn in videos and that kind of thing. Or Crease Clinic. I would go visiting other places. Sneak in the East Lawn, which is for women. And oh my goodness, are we gonna go there now, John? That was kind of interesting in those side rooms. They call them side rooms. Oh, a nurse, she wanted me to take me home on the weekends. And she even asked the supervisors. Let's just say we had fun in side rooms. Oh my goodness, John. It's true. Everything's true. Who's a witness? Who would be a witness? It's still around. Billy Ball. Oh, Dr. Schlichter, Dr. Alice Kramer, Dr. Patel. Dr. Patel. Oh my God. And oh my goodness, Major. Who else? Edith Coulter. Rosalie Jones. Rosalie Jones. Mrs. Popovich, an older nurse, but let's just say very fiery. Then Nurse Pennington Hall, where we go on the weekends to have a dance. Then, as I worked with a television repair person, David Steele, I'd go with him as an apprentice down to the RT area, Colony Farm. That's where all the psychopathic killers were. And we were well protected by staff in their white coats because those psychopathic killers will jump anybody and try and knock them off. So I was there, but no funny stuff going on there. So, oh, the hillside, I stayed there for a while. Had a lot of fun there too. Nancy Jane Snyder. I should mention all the names because maybe they're still out there somewhere. Nancy Jehosi, know me. Nancy Jane Snyder. Oh, the blood was boiling hot. Rosalie Jones. Edith Coulter. Wow. And on A4 Ward Crease unit, I fired a cannon off down the hall. That's true. Maybe somebody will remember that adventure. A cannon, a small one. I'm not kidding. All this is true. It can be verified by somebody someday will come across and remember it. Oh, let's say Billy McDonald, one of my good buddies. She's still around. Or Stan Regic, friend of Tesla's old friend Thomas Lee Richardson, who wrote a book on Nikola Tesla and was friends with Tesla, who I knew as well. Steve Turner. Oh, yeah. I can't talk too long. I gotta get going soon. Just thought I'd do a video. What the hell, man? How long has this been going on for? It's been 32, half an hour. Just talking all blue streak and nothing really important. Just fun time. Now I'm trying to remember. It was by the part in Vancouver. Agrodome, I think, or something like that. I don't know. Terrarium or something on what's that street? Broadway or Kings? Grand Boulevard, I think it was. Ritzy part of town. Oh, on the floor with ropes and... Let's just say I loved it. So, witness would be Billy Ross to a lot of this as well. He's a witness to the Hutchison Effect and Road Report. You didn't know that either, did you? But anyway, yeah, it was late at night. And always remember the lighting in that house. It's kind of different, unusual. On the carpet we go to talk over things. All being restrained I was too. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, okay, Rona Raskin. Sex, Lies, and Audio Tape. The radio show she did. There's many others. I'm just an overglorified slut and scrap collector, so there you have it. Some of the aspects of sexuality, there are many. Nothing like saran wrap and Vaseline. Oh. Anyway, it's very enjoyable. Some people, unfortunately, I say they're sick in the head because they don't like sex and they think it's bad for them. And I think doing these kind of things doesn't help matters much. So it's their problem, not mine. So it's their choice. And religion really messes up the human mind in that area as well. So, lot of people are. I find it amusing to watch religious people count their beads. I'm looking at like most. I'm looking at people like they're mostly all mentally ill, except for a few self-deluded delusions. Anyway, on that note, it is fascinating this whole area of humanity and psychology and parapsychology, and what I understand why people are motivated to do what they do. After all, study psychology and psychology today. As I mentioned before, some of the most brilliant people I've met were totally homeless people. And some of the most nasty people I met were homeless as well. And that's applicable to the other end of the scale. The most amazing people were the richest people in the world I've met over the years. And some real assholes, like Daniel C. LaFlamme. He was a multimillionaire, but he's an asshole to everybody around him. I got him in writing somewhere. I'll mention his name. I'm not going to mention the other names because they're still alive and doing very well. On that note, I think I'll grab iPad and take off somewhere. Just do a pan around, show off my glorious smile. Narcissistic son of a bitch. Oh, excuse my language. Look at those chops. Wouldn't you like to hold them down? Yeah, I get requests to do stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about. Oh, client privilege. Client confidentiality. So, let's do a good screenshot. I look pretty. Get my vitamins. Would you like to spank me or check out my hangers someday? Okay, shut up, Major. So I might get I get comments, more comments these days about things like that. So, or video requests, which I can't really do on YouTube because it'd be banned videos. Now to do a full video like this with makeup would be really cool. Because people, you look at people before and after, okay? Cross-dresser or transgender person, as a man or whatever, they look disgusting. As a lady, look awesome. Right? Yeah, you know that, don't you? Of course you do. You fantasize about it all the time. You just don't want to talk about it. Because religion and God and social engineering. So I wonder what the politicians are going to try and social engineer for you folks to keep you busy. They like doing that. There's gun control and